Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we are at the Jernas Family Plow Day 2025 this morning, and hosted by my cousin Matt Lawrence. I'd like to thank them for having us here. We were invited to come plow with them, so Dad and I brought the 620 and the 720, and we're going to do some plowing. Quite the lineup of tractors here today. Morning, Joe. So we got the double DC cases. They are articulated. 730, 30, 28, 30, 60. Now there is an interesting story about that tractor. I'll tell you out in the field. There's Jeff Fields on his dad's 2510. So Matt's going to get us started off here this morning with the 1066. Jim on his 930 case. comes Jeff Greer on a 4,000 gas, which is a rare tractor. There's only like 250 of those made, from what I understand. Here comes Tom Sharon. So we're going to plow down and then we're going to drive back just to make it take longer. If not, we get done too fast. I'm probably going to plow on the other side of the road. I want to get some video first. John Deere 70. Ed Jernas' grandson Brandon. On there, John Deere 60 that was purchased by the family brand new and it's never left. 1954, I think it was. My friend John on a 1206. There you go, pick up the pace a little bit there, buddy. So while the tractors are coming back around on this side, I know I was going to tell you about that 4020 propane that we seen earlier in the video. So that belongs to Harry Singleton. Harry Singleton worked for Hicks Gas. Hicks Gas, as long as I can remember, was only a propane distributor. Well, turns out back in the day, Hicks Gas also sold anhydrous. And they would side dress corn or pre-plant anhydrous. They bought that 4020 propane and nobody knew how to drive a tractor. That's where Harry come into picture. Harry got a job with Hicks Gas running that tractor. One season he put on 3,000 acres of anhydrous with that 4020, and when that tractor came up for sale, he ended up buying it, and he runs it on his farm to this day. So every tractor's got a story. Some of them have a little more unique story than others, but they all have a story. Here comes Matt Zimmerman on the articulated DC cases put together. Massey Harris. So there is that propane powered 4020 I was talking about. That's Harry on it right there. So he's been with that tractor for 43 years is what he told us. I only know this because he coming down and talked to us when we were doing a lowering a culvert down here down the road. So that's how I got that story. Braden Beegis on his John Deere R diesel. Terry Purcell on a 3010. I think that plows like mine. Jeff Fields on his dad's 2510, plowing in memory of Harrison Fields. Harrison unfortunately passed away this year. Here comes Harry on that 4020 propane. His son Gary on John Deere G. Another tractor, it's got a little story behind it. He tried for 16 years to buy that tractor, and the guy finally sold it to him. Nice 830. Braxton Beegis on his 720. Beautiful tractor. Another nice John Deere A. I need to get mine back together. Here comes one of my top favorite tractors. Joe Kingsbury on his 830 case. I really like that tractor. That's a nice tractor. Got some more field action going on. We got an Allis-Chalmers doing some disking. Next year, I think I want to bring a tractor and a planter, maybe a disc, do a little more field demonstrations. Here comes my dad on our John Deere 720. Now this is the first plow day we've got to bring it to since we put the crankshaft back in it. But I have had it on the feed grinder working it pretty hard. So we know everything's good. My Uncle Doug on my grandpa's John Deere B. Well, it's Uncle Doug's B now. John Deere 4000 gas again. Joe on his 830. He's got a western door floater for that tractor also. There's Gary on his John Deere G. That tractor is originally to this area. Sold here and never left. Alright, I better get out of the way. Comes Jeff and his wife Susan on the 2510. Nice 830 diesel. Well, once again, we had a great time here at the Ed Jernas Family Plow Day. I'd like to thank them guys for having us. Thanks, Ed, and thank you, his family, for putting us on. Thank you, Matt, for having us also. Well, Dad and I are going to get the tractors and we're going to drive home. So our plow day is going to be April 26th, as long as it don't rain. I will be making a video of instructions like I normally do. But for those of you watching this video, we will be doing it April 26th. And also go to the 4J Farms YouTube page and you can watch Brandon and his mom Jamie. They have their own YouTube channel there, and you'll be able to see their version of this video also. So thank you for watching, greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one.